Today we're diving into the power behind Tony Stark's tech and why we think three-phase connections played a crucial role in Stark Industries' high-powered operations. You might be wondering, what powered Tony's super fabricators, his holographic computers, or even his right-hand man JARVIS, his AI assistant? We're here to show you why we believe that three-phase power connections were behind much of Tony Stark's advanced tech. Now before we get into the details, let's address the elephant in the room, the Arc Reactor. Yes, the Arc Reactor is powered by palladium, making it a self-contained power source. But think about it. The power has to travel, and we believe he had a three-phase setup powering much of his equipment, and today we're going to break it all down. Let's dive in. So what exactly is a three-phase connection, and how does it differ from a single-phase connection? Let's break it down. In a single-phase connection, you've got one or two hot wires. Simple enough, right? But in three-phase, you have three hot wires, a ground, and sometimes a neutral. When we talk about phases, we are always referring to the voltage. Phases have nothing to do with the amperage of the connection. What makes three-phase connections so powerful is the way they handle voltage. Instead of just multiplying amps times volts, like in a single phase, you're working with the square root of 3 times amps times volts. This equation allows three-phase systems to deliver 1.73 times more power than single-phase systems. Now imagine the kind of equipment Tony Stark was running with that level of power. Let's take a closer look at Stark Industries. In the Marvel Universe, Stark Industries is a massive corporation with interests in aerospace, defense, security, and of course, cutting-edge technology. A billion-dollar business that has access to whatever they want, including high-power resources. Stay tuned because later in this video, we will go over 6 real-life industries and organizations like Stark Industries that you might not have thought of also use three-phase connections. In the first movie, we learned how the giant Arc Reactor powers Stark Industries headquarters. With our theory, we believe that Tony would take the power that's generated from the Arc Reactor and distribute it to other parts of the building. With how powerful the Arc Reactor is, it could be a possibility that three-phase connections are being used to port large amounts of power to different areas of the building. Eventually, we also get introduced to JARVIS, which just stands for Just a Rather Very Intelligent System. JARVIS ran Tony's whole operation, operating in Tony's home, lab, and even his suit. It's clear that JARVIS was maintained and operated from a massive server and data center where all of his information was being pulled from. There's no doubt a system like that would need high power connections. Three-phase would be an easy choice for efficiency and speed. Now let's get to some more examples from the series. In Iron Man 2, when Tony was creating a new element, we see him working with massive servers and a ton of high-powered equipment. Seriously, what was that contraption? Whatever it was, it had to have been running on some serious power. Tony Stark was an experienced engineer, scientist, and also a genius. But even a genius needs the right tools. He used industrial-grade equipment and welding tools, things that require high-powered, consistent energy sources. You can bet that three-phase connections played a huge part in keeping his lab and equipment running at full capacity. Let's talk about the numbers. How much would a three-phase connection really power? I'm glad you asked. I have a few different configurations to show you. NEMA L2130, up to 10,800 watts. NEMA L1630, up to 24,912 watts. NEMA L1730, up to 31,140 watts. And CS8169, up to 41,520 watts. Although your home only uses 110 to 220 volts, in terms of max wattage, the CS8169 with over 41,000 watts could almost power your entire home. Imagine something using almost the maximum power your home uses. All these connections feature 3 hot wires, a ground, and sometimes a neutral. These hots distribute power to large motors, equipment, and appliances with minimal fluctuation, ensuring constant and reliable energy over long periods of time. 3 hot wires also allow for you to distribute power evenly to multiple outputs. For example, powering 3 large server rack units at once. So what kinds of devices use three-phase connections in the real world? The applications are endless, and it's exactly why three-phase is preferred in industries where consistency and power are non-negotiable. Here are 6 industries and organizations similar to Stark Industries that use three-phase connections in the real world. Aerospace and space exploration corporations, like NASA, SpaceX, Blue Origin, Boeing, or Lockheed Martin. These organizations work on rocket launches, spacecraft construction, and satellite systems, all of which require heavy-duty power sources. Military and defense contractors like Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics. These companies develop advanced weaponry, radar systems, military drones, and missile guidance systems which require stable power systems for both development and deployment. Private security and defense technologies like Palantir and Thales Group. Private firms that focus on cybersecurity, surveillance, and advanced defense technologies depend on high power systems for operating large-scale data servers and secure facilities. Nuclear research facilities like Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, Oak Ridge National Laboratory, and ITER. These institutions are developing the future of energy through nuclear fission and fusion, which require extremely high-powered, stable connections for safe and efficient research. Robotics and AI research, like Boston Dynamics and DARPA, which is Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. These organizations are working on cutting-edge robotics, such as autonomous military robots and AI-driven systems, which require large amounts of processing power and energy. And black-budget operations and government labs, like top-secret research facilities, like Area 51 and Skunk Works. These hidden or classified facilities work on some of the most advanced technologies, ranging from stealth aircraft to energy weapons, requiring massive power sources and specialized equipment powered by three-phase connections. The average person barely thinks about these types of industries or the things that they build because most of the time the details of what they do aren't disclosed. And some things that we couldn't even really imagine needs and requires a lot of power. So what do you think? Do you think that it's true that Tony Stark and Stark Industries may have used three-phase connections? Leave your comments and thoughts below. Here at AC Works, we specialize in providing these high-powered three-phase and one-phase connections for your business or personal projects. Whether you need adapters, wiring devices, or help with complex setups, we've got you covered. If Tony Stark was a part of our universe, and of course had not yet passed away, we think he'd be a fan of our three-phase products. If you need to power something big, check out our selection in the description below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more power insights.